and then we stabbed her.
What were you trying to do with her when you stabbed her?
Kill her. I might as well just say it. We were trying to kill her. It was weird. I felt no remorse. I thought I would. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Where is Bella's body now? Bella's at the hospital. Okay. I thought it was still out there. The crime scene.
You see him in your dreams, or where do you see him at?
Oh, I've seen him in my dreams. But you can, if he's stalking you, you see him in your dreams.
It's not often you see someone so young sitting across from detectives, calm and covered in another child's blood. But that's exactly what officers in Waukesha, Wisconsin walked into on May 31st, 2014.
Are you going to put me in prison and I'm going to rot and die?
As 12-year-olds Anissa Wire and Morgan Geyser sat in the interrogation room hours after their classmate was discovered in the woods with 19 stab wounds, detectives braced themselves for an explanation. But what these two children revealed next would shock even the most seasoned detectives.
So we told her we were gonna get help, but we really weren't. We were gonna run and let her pass away.
In May 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, police responded to a shocking call. A 12-year-old girl named Peyton Leutner had been found crawling out of the woods, covered in blood and barely alive after being stabbed 19 times. She was discovered by a passing cyclist who immediately called emergency services.
Female. She appears to be stabbed.
She appears to be what?
Stabbed.
Stabbed?
Correct.
Okay.
Are you still there? Yes.
Hi, sir. So are you with this 12-year-old female?
Yeah, she says she's having trouble breathing. She said she was stabbed multiple times.
Stabbed multiple times?
Yeah.
5 hours later, after an intense police search through nearby woods and neighborhoods, Peyton's best friends, Anissa Wire and Morgan Geyser, were found sitting along the I-94 freeway, roughly 4.9 miles from the scene of the attack. Both girls were covered in blood, and inside a bag they carried, officers discovered the very knife used in the stabbing. They were taken into custody immediately, as detectives began the difficult task of uncovering what could drive two 12-year-olds to commit such a horrific act. What follows next is one of the most shocking cases you will ever see.
Do you know what happened to Bella?
What happened to Bella? Is Bella your friend?
She's not Anissa. She's the one who was stabbed.
Stabbed? I'm not really sure.
Is she dead?
I don't know. She was taken to the hospital. Maybe no.
What? I was just wondering.
The girls refer to Peyton as Bella. It was a nickname she'd gone by since first grade, when there happened to be another Peyton in her class. What's immediately striking about these interrogations is the complete absence of parents. For children this young, that's far from typical, though. In the state of Wisconsin, there's no law that requires a parent to be present.
This way a little bit. All right. Okay, go get that side first. Right there, right. Would it have to be like out cutting the lawn? Would it have to be after cutting the lawn? I will come in and you have to do it. I know. What I do is I fill right hand, left hand. Then finish the notes for the you put it on your side, John. Just relax the then relax and hopefully when you can pick it up again.
Morgan appears restless and agitated, making odd, repetitive arm and hand movements, almost like a nervous dance. These behaviors, though strange, would soon make sense. Once her clothes are logged as evidence, the detective opens with simple, open-ended questions as a way to make her comfortable and establish a baseline for judging the truthfulness of her later answers.
I just want to find out a little bit more about you. So it's Morgan Geyser, is that how you say it? And you're born in 5/16 of 02?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
12. So you just had a birthday not too long ago? What'd you do for your birthday?
What did I do again? Sorry.
It's alright.
Oh, yeah. Mommy and I had sushi and cupcakes and Daddy.
Do you live with your mom and dad, or just one?
Both.
So you and your mom had sushi? Where'd you have sushi at?
My daddy was there too. At home.
You just bought it someplace and brought it home? How'd you like that?
It was fun.
What was your favorite kind of sushi?
I only eat stuff with vegetables.
That's funny, my daughter just had her 11th birthday, and we had sushi for her birthday, too. You're a year older than her, though, but her birthday was last week, too. Pretty close in age. It's funny that you guys both like sushi. So have you had sushi before that, or is that sort of the first time? So did you guys get presents for your birthday?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get?
Tickets to a Star Trek convention.
Where's that at?
I don't know.
When is it coming out, or do
It's soon.
you like Star Trek?
Yeah.
Who likes Star Trek, your mom or dad?
Both?
Really?
Morgan Geyser may have liked school, but she never quite fit in. Teachers described her as odd and withdrawn, and classmates often thought she was simply trying to get attention. But over time, her behavior became harder to ignore. She chased classmates while barking like a dog, claimed Professor Snape from Harry Potter was after her, and was once caught playing with blood on her fingers. Concerned teachers contacted her mother, who admitted Morgan had been spending time on disturbing horror sites like Creepypasta Wiki. Soon after, Morgan was suspended for hiding a rubber mallet in her locker, saying it was for protection. When confronted, she broke down crying and began talking to herself. Later, students noticed her carrying a dark journal with the word "die" written inside. Despite her growing instability, Morgan had one close friend, Peyton Bella Leutner, who had reached out to her years earlier when she sat alone at lunch. Their friendship, however, changed when Morgan met Anissa Wire. Anissa was more rule-bound but had a temper. Around Morgan, she became rude and aggressive, as if trying to impress her. Peyton didn't trust her, and the dynamic between the three quickly turned toxic. Before long, the friendship that began with kindness would spiral into obsession and lead to an unthinkable act of violence.
Do you know who the president is right now?
What?
Do you know who the president of the United States is?
Yes.
Who's that?
Barack Obama.
Did you watch the news at all?
Only when I'm at my grandma and niece's house. And that's not very often because they don't live very close. But sometimes Grandpa watches the news in the morning.
What do you remember seeing in the news that's going on lately?
Gross things.
What's gross things?
Kidnapping children and doing things to them.
Morgan's answers are sharp and direct, almost unsettlingly so for someone her age. It gives detectives the sense that she understands exactly what she's saying, just not the weight of it.
So what's going on with you? Why do you think you're here today?
Because Anissa and I ran off after hurting Bella.
Tell me what happened with Bella.
What do you mean?
Tell me what happened when you first woke up this morning. Why don't you start out, tell me how your day went.
Anissa and I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning, and it was before Bella, so we went downstairs and we took quizzes on Quotab.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really weird. It was like, what
On what website?
Quotab.com.
Quotab?
It's a quiz website.
You're taking quizzes, and then what happened?
And then Bella woke up and came downstairs by us. And then we took more quizzes with her this time. And then my mom woke up. And she gave us donuts and strawberries. And my brother was at the table too, and he was eating, and she was standing because we only have enough room for 4 people at our table.
As Morgan grew closer to Anissa, Peyton's family began to notice troubling changes. Her mother believed Morgan was a bad influence for her. That fear was confirmed when, during a sleepover, Peyton's parents caught Morgan setting papers on fire in their basement. They told Peyton to stay away from her, but she refused to let go of the friendship. Soon after, Morgan and Anissa became obsessed with Slender Man, and Morgan's behavior darkened even further. Even in video games, she talked about burning her Sims' house down and starving her characters. Despite growing unease, Peyton's mother allowed her to attend the sleepover, unaware that her daughter's 2 best friends were already slipping into something far more dangerous than childish fantasy.
And then we played dress up, and I dressed up as Data, and Anissa dressed up as, she called it a prostitute. It was sort of inappropriate.
Where'd you find the clothes?
They were mine. That I'd collected over the years from like concerts and stuff and Halloween. And Bella was a princess. And then Anissa suggested that we get changed. And then when Bella went to get changed, we sat and waited for her to finish. And then it was Anissa's turn. And so the Bella found a granola bar that Anissa had. So I took it and I opened it and then I put it in the silly putty. And then she came back and she thought it was funny. And then she threw the silly putty at the ceiling. And she was like, wait, it's sticky now. And then since it was sticky now, we had to get it off of the ceiling, I think. And then I had to get changed out of my costume. And then Anissa had to go to the bathroom, so she came to the bathroom and I got changed in the shower. And then she insisted on applying lipstick. And then and then I was wearing lipstick. And she was wearing lipstick.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
And then we came back upstairs and we played with my cat.
Then what?
And then Anissa told me to grab my things and because it was time to go to the park. And then we took Bella to the park with us.
So the 3 of you was in the park?
Mm-hmm.
Morgan pulls her arms inside her shirt, subtly but clearly showing that she's trying to retreat from her surroundings or hide from reality. Even at this early stage, Morgan's behavior displays many of the classic signs of schizophrenia: moments of disconnection, erratic movement. Any defense attorney reviewing her case would have quickly recognized this and requested a court-ordered psychological evaluation long before trial. Now, shifting focus to Anissa Wire's interrogation, you might expect her to appear just as detached as Morgan, but the contrast between these 2 girls, both the same age and accused of the same horrific act, is startling.
Are you doing okay? Are you warm enough in here? It gets kind of chilly because of the concrete and the marble and stuff. Would you like a blanket? I can give you a blanket.
Okay. I just wanted to know how far I walk because I'm usually not very athletic and just know I'm trying to think someplace close to where I live. You know the Kmart that closed down in Waukesha?
Off of Sunset? I do. Mm-hmm.
I walked from there. Usually I walked from the condos close.
Okay. You know, I'm not real certain. I can just, why don't I just try to get some specifics as to where, because I honestly don't know where the deputies found you, and I'm being 100% honest with you. And this whole time that I'm going to be talking today, I'm going to be very honest, and I'm not sparing any tricks or anything, okay? I can see that you're upset, and but I will try to find out that information for you. Do you have a wrist, a bracelet on?
I have 2.
Can I have you take those now? Thank you.
I made that one, and then my friend Kelly gave me this one.
Oh, they're neat.
When Anissa casually asks the detective how far she walked, it's an unusual, almost inappropriate question given the circumstances. It may seem harmless on the surface, but moments like this often suggest emotional detachment. She could be attempting to distance herself from what happened, shifting the focus to anything other than the reality of her situation.
That's with you, okay? Just give me a couple minutes. Okay.
This is about Morgan. She can be a little dopey and like get off task and look around and forget what she's saying in the middle of a sentence a lot.
Okay.
Because, like, she says she hears voices too. But I just wanted to tell you.
So we're aware of that? Maybe not put off by that then? Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that. Okay, I'll be right back.
Anissa mentions that Morgan hears voices, a claim that, if true, strongly points towards schizophrenia. It's possible Anissa brought this up to highlight Morgan's instability, perhaps to shift some of the blame away from herself and onto her friend. But whether she's being truthful or strategic at that moment, we can't say for certain. Immediately after being read her rights, Anissa's composure starts to crack.
I need to know the story as to what happened today, because it's been quite a day, you know, and even stuff that happened, you know, yesterday. And I kind of know bits and pieces, but I don't know the full-on truth. And the only people that know, you know, really what happened are people that were in the place where it happened, okay? Your parents know that you're here talking to me, okay? And I'm glad they're so glad that you're safe. We were scared for you guys, okay? And before I find out the truth from you, before I find out what the real story is of what happened today, and understanding these above rights, are you willing to speak with me and tell me what happened today? Is that a yes?
The silly thing about this was I didn't know I was in danger until after Morgan stabbed Peyton, or Bella, as you call her.
They call her Bella? You go to school with Peyton?
Yes, Bella.
Okay. So, can we start from the beginning? So you guys, this was a birthday party, right? Okay, kind of tell me what happened.
So, there's this website called the Creepy Pasta Wiki.
Okay.
It's full of, like, horror stories that are meant to purposely scare you through, like, online literature and all that.
Okay.
And there's one of them called Slenderman. It's, like, really, Slenderman?
Slender?
Slenderman.
Oh, Slenderman, like a skinny guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, he has these proxies, or servants, as people call them.
Okay.
Basky and Heidi. And Morgan said, "Hey, Anissa, we should be proxies." I was like, "Okay, how would we do that?" And that was around end of December, beginning of January.
Okay. And a proxy again, what is a proxy?
It's like a servant, or like an apprentice.
Okay, and they're a servant of who?
The whichever they kind of don't have a choice. Slender's like the really big, he's like head of it all, supposedly.
Okay, so Slender's the big guy.
Yeah.
The top guy. And the proxies are his puppets.
Yes, that's how people put them puppets.
Oh, okay. Boy, I've never even heard of this before. Okay. And it's called Creepy Pasta Wiki?
Yes, ma'am.
Like W-I-K-I?
Yes.
Okay.
You can find it online.
Anissa first brings up Slenderman when asked to explain what happened. Morgan, on the other hand, doesn't mention him until much later in her interrogation. That contrast may reveal a difference in how each girl understood what they'd done and what truly motivated them. For Anissa, Slenderman seemed to justify her actions. For Morgan, it may have been something far darker and far less imaginary.
There are killers and proxies. Proxies are apprentices to killers, and killers are either by themselves or have proxies.
And the killers have the proxies do it for them?
No.
Okay. It's either killers or proxies?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know that much about proxies and all that.
Okay.
I just know what the internet has told me.
Okay. So the internet has told you that the Slender, is there just one?
Yes.
Or, okay. So Slender has a bunch of proxies, a bunch of puppets.
Yes.
And amongst these puppets, there are also killers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So proxies or puppets and killers are not the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Like on a triangle chart, Slender would be up here.
Okay.
Then it'd be like killers and then proxies.
All right, so back in December, January, Morgan told you, like, hey, we should be proxies, same thing.
Yeah.
And you said what, like?
I said, okay, how would we do that? And she said, we have to heal Bella.
Okay. Okay, and do you know why she said that? Like, why she was thinking that?
Because we had to supposedly prove ourselves worthy to Slender.
Is she really into the creepypasta? Is she like...
Yeah.
Anissa's lack of hesitation is unsettling. Believing Peyton was dead, which I didn't mention, but yes, they don't know that her friend is alive. She should have understood she was part of a murder, yet seems unaware of the seriousness of her actions. She may have assumed that because she didn't wield the knife, she wasn't truly responsible. It's a clear sign of juvenile disconnect, the inability to grasp the moral and legal weight of what she's done.
And so you guys knew that Jeff the killer, an actual killer in this triangle, exist, so you thought it would be exciting to find out, hey, if we can be a proxy and prove and do this, kill Bella, then we know that Slender exists.
If we saw him, actually, we think we see him sometimes.
Okay.
Like when we were walking up to where we were going, we saw him, like, I saw him out of the corner of my eye on this side.
Okay.
And then Maria said she heard a twig crack when no one was moving.
So today, after everything happened with Bella, when you guys were walking, you thought you saw Slender as you were walking?
This was after Maria stabbed her.
Okay. So you thought that possibly you would see a Slender?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you think that you guys killed Morgan? Peyton, Bella?
Yeah. At first Morgan said I should do it and that she didn't know what to do. So I handed her the knife that she brought with and said, you do it, I'm too squeamish. And she got the knife from her house. We asked her mom if we could play outside at the park, and her mom said, sure. So we were playing at the park, and then I said, hey, why don't we go take a walk? So we walked, and then there was this grove of trees that we went into, and then we were trying to play hide and seek in the trees to, like, distract her. So Morgan and I were also debating who does the deed, and at first it was me, but like I said, I was too squeamish and said, no, you do it. So Morgan said, whatever you want. So like I finally just had enough and said it now, because I was starting to get a little freaked out. And then Morgan jumped on top of Bella and started stabbing her repeatedly, and that's when I turned around because I couldn't stand to see that.
Okay.
And then the whole time, Peyton was screaming in agony. Saying stuff like, I hate you guys, I'll never forgive you, and I trusted you. Still. And Sorry. So we told her we were gonna get help, but we really weren't. We were gonna run and let her pass away. So you.
So the three of you was at park?
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
And then we played on the slide for a little bit. And we went in the bathroom. And then we were singing songs.
Then what?
And then Anissa suggested that we go for a walk.
Okay.
And then she jumped on Bella. And she held her to the floor.
What did Anissa did this?
Mm-hmm.
Where did this happen at?
In some trees.
How'd you guys end up by the trees?
Because we were going to look at, like, plants and stuff.
How far off the road was it?
Not very. And then we stabbed her
And you stopped her.
with a knife.
You stopped her from what?
Huh?
You stopped her from what?
A knife?
How did you stop her?
I said stab.
Oh, stabbed her?
Mm-hmm.
So, this happened in the woods.
It wasn't in the woods. It was just a little group of trees.
So, like off, where Big Bend Road is?
Mm-hmm. It was by a dead end, and there was a red X.
How far off the road were you?
Not very. A few feet.
So, did you guys talk about doing this beforehand?
Anissa told me we had to.
Why?
Because she said that he'd kill our families.
Who's he?
A man. I didn't know him, but Anissa knew him.
How does she know him?
I don't know. Anissa told me about him.
So, when you guys went back into the woods, did Peyton know anything about, or Bella know anything about this?
No,
Where did you guys get the knife from?
my kitchen.
Your kitchen?
Anissa did.
So, who left the house with it?
I think Anissa did. It was in the bag. Anissa packed the bag. We
What?
both packed the bag. We knew about this since December. One day she just told me that we had to.
What do you mean she told you you had to?
I mean, she told us we had to kill her.
Who did?
Anissa.
When she says us, what do you mean us? Who's us? The two, you mean the two of you or
Yeah.
somebody else?
There's nobody else.
So you guys have been playing this a while?
Since December. She was my best friend since 4th grade.
Who was?
Peyton.
So why did you pick Peyton?
I didn't pick her.
Who picked her?
Whoever Anissa was talking about.
According to Anissa, Morgan first suggested the idea months earlier, sometime around December or January. Anissa claims she told Morgan she was too squeamish to go through with it, and that Peyton never heard their plan because she was distracted, picking flowers nearby. Normal 12-year-olds don't calmly discuss murder. So, while Anissa appears composed and rational, there are clear signs of a mental disturbance, something that would later play a major role in how the court viewed her actions. Barely 20 minutes after the attack, Peyton managed to drag herself out of the woods and onto a nearby sidewalk, where she was discovered at 9:53 a.m. She was covered in blood, her body riddled with stab wounds and deep lacerations. The pain was so severe she couldn't speak, only nod or shake her head in response to the officer's questions. Her injuries were life-threatening. One stab wound came within a millimeter of piercing a major artery near her heart. Doctors later said that if the blade had gone even the width of a hair deeper, Peyton wouldn't have survived. She also suffered damage to her liver and fluid buildup around her heart before being rushed into intensive care. Meanwhile, during her interrogation, Morgan begins to shift her narrative, already portraying herself as a follower, claiming it was Anissa who insisted the attack had to happen.
So the person that talked to Anissa told him who to do it?
Yep. It was more of a message. I don't know. She didn't go very in-depth.
So what else have you guys been doing to plan for this? Just talking about it? The two of you? Has anybody else known about it?
No.
So how did you know how to... what were you trying to do with her when you stabbed her?
Kill her. I might as well just say it. We were trying to kill her. I don't know why it was necessary that it was her, but it seemed very necessary. This is going to get me arrested, isn't it?
In the weeks before the attack, Morgan's behavior turned increasingly disturbing. She sent Peyton constant emails about creepypasta characters like Jeff the Killer, warning that they would come to her window and kill her. She even attached fake news articles to make it seem real and told Peyton, "You tell your mother nothing." Terrified, Peyton began sleeping with her blinds closed and window locked, even in the summer heat. When she finally told her mother, they researched the characters together and discovered they were fictional. But Morgan and Anissa still believed in them. Slender Man wasn't just a story, he was real. And that belief became obvious in Morgan's interrogation, where her grip on reality seems almost completely gone.
So you guys end up at your house, you guys get the knife from your house, then you guys go down to the park.
My parents had nothing to do with this, I promise.
It seemed like very nice people. So you guys have been, when you say you guys have been planning this from December, when did you decide that you were going to do this today?
In December, she said.
But how did you know that May 31st, 2014 was...
We didn't know it was going to be May 31st. We knew it was going to be at my birthday sleepover. You have no idea how difficult it was not to tell anyone. Just told I wanted to be locked up so that I couldn't hurt her, but that time has passed and now I'm in here because we were careless. I knew this would happen. I knew we'd get in trouble.
Well, we're just trying to sort this all right now to figure out what all happened. So you wanted to get locked up so you would get in trouble?
I didn't really genuinely want to be locked up, but at one point I sort of did. It seemed...
So you guys decided a while ago that on the sleepover night that this
in December. Yeah.
Why do you think it was your sleepover night that
Because we would all be together. It was a flawless plan, actually.
Despite Morgan's claim that it was Anissa who insisted they had to go through with the attack, Anissa portrayed herself very differently, as someone who couldn't even bear to watch when it actually happened.
So we were walking, and then I had a total nervous breakdown and blamed Morgan for everything. I said, "You stabbed her. You wanted to do this." Okay, what Morgan did then, Morgan does not want to cry very often. And then finally she just let go and started crying. And then I just needed to vent because I was scared. I was scared. I was scared, A, for myself, and B, for my family, because after we left Peyton in the woods close to the Mercy area that was nearby, she said, "Oh, and there was one thing I forgot to tell you. I kind of sort of made a deal with Slender saying that if we didn't kill Bella, that he either would or could everything we love. And I don't want that to happen, so that's why I did this. And then I got really scared then and started like speed walking and trying to get myself out of there. I even started like singing to myself to kind of calm myself down. And then where was I?
You guys are walking.
But yeah,
and
I have a nervous breakdown. And then Morgan finally starts crying, and then I stop crying and be quote unquote being the sister that I am, because we're so close, we're like sisters.
Okay.
So, I said stop crying. I laid down and like there was a bunch of rocks close to the road. It was like, it's called a shoulder or something. So I was laying down there, and Morgan thought I was giving up and letting like the hogs and everything come after me.
At this stage, Anissa had clearly identified Morgan as the one who carried out the stabbing, whether that's the full truth or not. She's also established the means, motive, and opportunity, effectively providing a confession that ties her to the crime. Even if her version shifts blame, the evidence is enough to support a charge of conspiracy to commit murder on her statements alone.
Sure, I don't know.
You don't know? Is there anything else you remember that was around there?
No, I just remember that we went forward and forward and forward, and then we passed a bunch of buildings, and we went to downtown Waukesha, we went everywhere, and actually we were singing the whole time. We took turns singing songs to each other. We were surprisingly calm, actually. It was like we hadn't just killed someone, or thought that we killed someone, or stopped anyone.
So then you guys just kept going forward until the police stopped you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what happened to the knife after Peyton got stabbed?
I put it back in the bag and walked.
Did you clean it all?
Not really. I sort of wiped it off on my jacket. It was weird. I felt no remorse. I thought I would. I still have this idea in my head that it was necessary.
So you didn't feel it was weird that you didn't feel remorse?
Mm-hmm. I actually felt nothing. Anissa had me sing for her. Because she said she was scared. And she wondered what we'd gotten ourselves into this time. Are you going to put me in prison and I'm going to rot and die?
I don't think that you're going to prison, and I don't think you're going to rot and die there. We probably got to have somebody talk to you and try to figure out what the best circumstances for you to make sure that you don't
Notice how Morgan visibly flinches when the phone rings. That heightened startled response isn't just nervousness. It's a common symptom of schizophrenia, where sensitivity to sound and sudden stimuli can become overwhelming.
So you're going to duct tape her and then stab her?
I don't know, probably. I never really did think that plan would work, because it is the dead of night. How on earth are we supposed to do anything such as hide the body? So I didn't think it would work, personally.
So originally the plan was to duct tape and stab her, but you didn't think it was a good idea?
Mm-hmm. I thought that we'd just make a lot of noise. Blah, 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 blah.
So when you got picked up, there was the purse. And what was inside the purse?
I don't remember what was all inside the purse. We put pictures of our family inside the purse because Anissa said we might never ever get to come back.
It's worth noting that Morgan was deeply close to her family. Even in her confused mental state, she never tried to place blame on them or suggest they had anything to do with what happened. That distinction matters as it shows that Morgan's delusions and actions weren't influenced by her home life. Her family wasn't the source of this darkness. It came from within her mind, a mind that was already slipping away from reality. However, Anissa's shocking case doesn't end yet, as she gives us the most revealing exchange that exposes just how disconnected she still is from the reality of her actions.
Your pockets. I just gotta, when you put that in there, I have to handcuff you to take you over.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Where is Bella's body now?
Bella's at the hospital.
Okay. I thought it was still out there. In a crime scene.
Did you think that she died?
Yeah.
She is alive.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel kind of happy. Kind of worried that, like, I'm just scared all around.
What are you worried about?
I know she'll never trust me again and that she hates my guts.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty serious what happened. She was very, very close to dying.
Okay.
Very close. But the doctors were able to save her.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
Good.
Makes you feel good that she's alive?
Mm-hmm. Their wiki, that creepypasta.com. Does Morgan know if Bella's alive?
She's starting to understand the seriousness of her situation, but with her age and possible mental illness, it's difficult to know how much truly sinks in. Then, in a chilling moment, Anissa begins to reenact the stabbing for the detective, calmly demonstrating how it happened, as if reliving a memory rather than confessing to a brutal crime.
Put a cat nose on her face and say, "Don't worry, I'm only a little kitty cat."
So she went up to Bella, tackled her. Did Bella go down to the ground?
She went down to the ground and started screaming, "I can't breathe, ow, get off me."
Okay, hold on.
And after... Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. Oh, I can't breathe. Get off me. What happened next?
And then after Morgan was done stabbing...
Well, that's when then Morgan started stabbing her.
And then after that, Morgan got off, looked really scared, and said, "Hi." And she started, like, stuttering and freaking out. And then Peyton started screaming, "I hate you. I trusted you." And then she tried walking, but she kind of fell.
Was Morgan standing, like, straddling her?
She was like, Bella was face down and Morgan was like this, stabbing her.
Over the, okay. So Peyton was screaming then?
And then, afterwards, to try to keep her quiet, I said, sit down, stop, lay down, stop screaming, you'll lose blood slower. And she started complaining that she couldn't breathe and that she couldn't see.
So she started screaming, "I hate you, I trusted you." She got up?
Yeah, she got up and tried to walk towards the street.
What street?
It was like a back alleyway. It was closed off.
Was it like a dead end?
Yeah, it led to the other side of the big bed.
Okay. So she tried to walk toward the street, and what happened?
And then she collapsed and said that she couldn't see and that she couldn't breathe. And also that she couldn't walk. So
when Morgan and I kind of directed her away from the road and said that home was this way, even though we were going deeper into the forested area. And then
So she said she fell down and said she couldn't breathe or see
or walk.
or walk. And you had told her,
To lay down and be quiet, Susan's blood cellar.
By this point, detectives have had enough information already. As Morgan and Anissa are led away in handcuffs, the full horror of what they'd done begins to unfold. On Anissa's phone, police find a note dated May 28th, a chilling farewell message asking loved ones not to grieve her absence. Notebooks from their school lockers reveal disturbing drawings of bloody figures and Slender Man, along with emails between the two girls discussing how to hide evidence and describing themselves as clever girls dressed to kill. When Peyton recovered enough to speak, she told detectives that Morgan whispered, "I'm so sorry," before stabbing her, claiming it was the only way to protect her from a creepypasta monster.
The two start talking and they start devising plan number 2.
They just wanted to go on a walk. Who could ever see something like this coming? Like, nobody.
And you were 12 years old.
Exactly, oblivious.
Both girls were ultimately charged in adult court with first-degree attempted intentional homicide, which is mandatory under Wisconsin law for crimes this severe. Morgan Geyser eventually entered a guilty plea to the charge. After extensive psychiatric evaluations showed she suffered from early-onset schizophrenia, the court found her not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. She was committed to the Winnebago Mental Health Institute for 40 years, the maximum term allowed, with her treatment and stability to be periodically reviewed. Anissa Wire pled guilty to a reduced charge, party to attempted second-degree intentional homicide. A jury later determined that she, too, acted under a mental disease or defect, influenced by a delusional belief system and a diminished ability to separate fantasy from reality. She received a 25-year commitment to a state psychiatric institution, including time in a locked facility followed by extended community supervision.
I just want to let Ella and her family know I'm sorry.
Today, this was Geyser's message to the surviving victim.
Never meant this to happen. I hope that she's doing well.
In 2021, after years of treatment and regular evaluations, a Wisconsin judge granted Anissa Wire a conditional release, ruling that she no longer posed a danger to herself or others. She now lives with her father under strict supervision, including GPS monitoring, internet restrictions, mandatory therapy, and a permanent ban on contacting Peyton or her family. As for Peyton, she's chosen strength over fear, pursuing a career in medicine and urging others to listen to their instincts. 3 children lost their innocence that day, 1 to violence, 2 to delusion, and all because they mistook a story for reality. At least Peyton's alive. If you enjoyed our production, watch this next one and subscribe. Goodbye.